Elliot froze momentarily, and then began slowly to back away, stumbling on the uneven ground, and afraid to take his eyes off the foul creature that followed his every movement, tongue flicking menacingly. As he stepped back, his foot trod on something soft and slippery, and he fell backwards. Twisting as he fell, he threw out his arms to break his fall, and to his horror landed awkwardly on top of a mutilated body, his face inches from the hideous wound where once the man's throat had been. Dead eyes rolled upwards, half obscured by open lids. The mouth hung open in horror. Presumably this had been the farmer. His body was in a similar state to the sheep at the cottage, throat ripped open and stomach sliced apart, with his entrails pulled out. It was this slippery mess that Elliot had fallen in. He fought to resist the urge to retch and tried to struggle to his feet, his injured leg causing him to wince with pain as it twisted beneath him, his hands and upper body slippery with the blood of the dead farmer as he gazed down on his blood-soaked hands. His eyes returned quickly behind him to the Redcap, who still hung on the tomb, swinging back and forth, eyes fixed malevolently on his stumbling prey. Elliot backed slowly away, and then he turned and began painfully to half-run, half-hobble back up the slope towards the gate. He expected the Redcap to come straight at him, but instead, with an ear-piercing squeal, he swung quickly backwards and jumped off the tomb on the other side, emerging quickly from the far side, obviously intending to cut Elliot off as he headed back towards the gate. "Get out!" Elliot screamed hoarsely as he scrabbled, stumbling back towards the gate. "Get out! Get to the car!" His desperation to save his family became paramount as his lungs burned with the effort, and tears of pain or fear, he wasn't sure which, blurred his vision and rolled down his blood-spattered face. He realized as the Redcap appeared from the other side of the tomb, he was not going to make it to the gate. The Redcap was fast and nimble compared with the overweight and unfit 57-year-old. Elliot cried out hoarsely again to his family. "Go!" he screamed. "Get Thomas out of here! Go!" And then almost to himself, "Please, for the love of God, get Thomas away from here." He realized that nothing could help him, but perhaps his family could save themselves. He struggled again to get to his feet, but managed only to rise to his knees as once again his leg gave way beneath him on the rough, slippery grass. "Please get out! Get to the car!" His voice was raw, and he sobbed breathlessly as he waited to feel the razor-sharp claws of the Redcap that he knew would slice into him at any moment. He turned towards his attacker, resigned to his imminent death. Still kneeling, he tried to raise the torch as an improvised weapon above his head. Maybe he could delay the dwarf, if only for a few seconds, to give his family the smallest of chances to make it to the car. Thankfully, feeling relatively safe in the presence of the police car, he had left the keys in the ignition. If they could just get to the car, they might get away from this hideous nightmare. Kneeling in this ridiculous position, he awaited the inevitable. But instead of attacking, the Redcap was standing a few yards away, snarling, claws flexing and unflexing, his skinny body heaving as he breathed. As Elliot watched, he noticed that the Redcap was no longer focusing on him, but over the top of him to the other side of the cemetery. Still panting and kneeling on all fours, he turned his head slowly in the direction of the Redcap's gaze. To his horror, standing snarling 20 yards away, stood a huge black dog the size of an Irish wolfhound. The jet-black creature lowered its head, the upper lips curling upwards to reveal huge yellow fangs. The animal's hackles were raised, making the creature look huge and more wolf-like. But no wolf had luminous red eyes like the ones that bore into Elliot's. Letting out a howl that froze Elliot's blood, the dog bounded towards him, and Elliot instinctively rolled onto his back away from the charging animal, throwing his arm across his face to protect his head, as at the same time he could see the Redcap racing towards him from the opposite side. The dog reached him first,